Hi guys, welcome back to Depth of ML. I am Saloni and today I am going to solve a question from GATE DA paper 2024. So this was the first paper for GATE DA and this particular question is from Python. So let's see how to solve that. So in GATE DA 2024, there were two questions of 2 marks each on Python. So total 4 marks was there for Python programming. So this is one of the questions. Let's see this. So this is a 2 mark MCQ and they're asking you to mark the correct answer and they've given you a piece of code and they're asking you what is the output of the following code. Okay. So let's look at this code. So they've given us a function called def, the count, right? So they're counting something. We don't know what they're counting. There is a dictionary child being passed and some IE is being passed, right? And so this function is there and it's returning some answer. Also, they have defined some child dict, which is like, so they defined a dictionary 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you will see. Okay. So now they're asking us to print the output, like what will be the output of this particular program. Okay. So let's see this. So for these kind of uh, programs, I actually don't suggest looking at the answers because probably you will not be able to answer them using the answers. You have to do a dry run. Okay, so let's do a dry run for this particular program. Okay, so let me define the child dict first. So whatever they have defined, let me define that child dict. Okay, so child dict is a dictionary. So they have 0 and for 0 they have defined 1, 2. Then we have for 1, so there is a key 1 which has 3, 4, and 5. And then they have 2, and for this they have 6, 7, and 8. Okay, so this is my child dictionary. Now this child dictionary and 0 is being passed. Okay, so the I for this function def. So now I am in my function def count. Okay, and this is being called with child dict and 0. Okay, so my I is basically 0. Okay, now it's saying that if I is not in child dict keys, return 1. Okay, so if I is not in child dict keys, so child dict keys are these, right? So let me write the keys of child dict. Keys are initially 0, 1, and 2, right? So we'll write keys here. Keys are 0, 1, and 2. And should saying if this is not here, you just return 1. Otherwise, answer is equals to 1. So there is something called as answer also, right? So answer is here. So answer is here. So we come here and it's not 1. And then we have for j in child dict I. Okay, so j in child dict I, it means that values I, right? So these are the values here. So it's saying that for j in child dict I, so this is 1 and 2, right? So these values. So basically now j will go from 1 and 2, like j will range in 1 and 2. You have to do answer plus count of this, right? So this count is this particular function, right? So this is a recursive call. Okay. So a recursive call basically maintains a a function stack. And so whenever this will be called, this will be stored in a stack, function call stack, and next things will be computed, right? So we have to kind of generate a stack to solve this question. So we'll do that, right? Now let's do this. So this is my function call, right? So when I was 0, it was there in the child key. So the return did not happen. Now my answer is basically 1. Then I'm doing for j in child this, right? So now I have to do j here in 1 and this, right? So the way I write a recursive program is a form of a tree. So we'll do it, right? So this I is equals to 0. Okay? Here we have j. So j can take two values now. Now j can take 1 and j can take 2, right? So j is equals to 1 and j is equals to 2, right? Now this j will go. So now this j is going and it's becoming an I, right? So it's becoming an I. And now this j will be checked here. So now my I changes here. Now in this program, my I is equals to 1, right? So it will check whether I is in child keys, right? So here my keys are basically, keys are T, 4, and 5, right? And so it's checking whether my, the keys are these ones, right? 0, 1, 2, right? So my keys are there, right? So my I is in the keys, right? So my I is in the keys. So this is my key variable. Sorry, I missed that. So this is in keys, right? So this will not return, right? So this will not return. Then again, answer is equals to 1 here as well. And then we have to do for J in child dict, right? So now we'll do child dict 1, right? So child dict 1 has values. Values are 3, 4, and 5, right? Now this J will range over this, right? So now for every J, the values like this count will be called, right? So there will be like 3 branches because there are 3 values. So it will be called for J is equals to 3, J is equals to 4, and J is equals to 5. Fine. Now for J is equals to 3, let's see what's happening. So for J is equals to 3, it will check if I is in the child key dicts, child dict keys, right? So my keys are 0, 1, 2, 3 is not there, right? So it will return 1. So it will do return 1, right? So it will return 1 here, right? Similarly, it will return 1 for 4 also, return 1, and it will return 1 from here also. So this is return 1, right? So now this is, so this will basically answer is 1, right? So you will have 1 plus 1 from this. So 1 from this will be added, right? 1. Then you will have 1 from this. You'll have 1 here, and then you have 1 from here, right? Plus 1, which is here, right? So this answer will be returned for this, right? So here from here, the answer that is being returned is 4, right? So this is 4 here. 4 is what we have from here. Okay. Now let's do J here. So J also is very similar. Let's trace it again. Like we'll trace this one also. So now J is equals to 2. Now my I is equals to 2, right? For my I is equals to 2, I have 6, 7, 8 in the dictionary, right? So there are 3 child. Obviously this 2 is in the keys. So we'll not implement this step. And answer is 1 here. So this is answer is 1 here again. And then we'll go over J. So J here again becomes 6, 7, and 8, right? So we, with each 3 of this, we'll have answer being 1, 1, and 1 being returned, right? Similar, very similar to this. So now this will also give me 3 values, which will be added to this particular one. So this will also become 1. Sorry, this will also become 4. So this will return 4 from here because 1 from here, 1 from here, and 1 from here, and total will add, it will become 4, right? So now we have 4 and 4. Now we have computed this, right? So once this returns, it will be added to whatever answer I already have. So I already had this one, right? So these 3 values will be added. So we will have 1 plus 4 plus 4. So the answer will become, so this basically is returning from this, right? And this answer was already there. So every count on J. So this J is equals to 1 will return 4. This J is equals to 2 will return 4, right? So this will become 1. Answer was already 1. 1 plus 4 plus 4. So 1 plus 4 plus 4, which is 9. Okay. So the answer for this particular question is 9. Okay. So this was a 2-mark MCQ. So you should know how to trace a recursive program or a recursive function. And if you know that, you will be able to solve this very quickly. I had to write it down a lot of things over here for you. But if you do it quickly in your head, you can just draw this diagram very quickly and see what answer you are getting. Fine. So this is the first question that was asked in GATE D exam 2024.